wishful thinking, but it did feel like in moments last year, like the athleticism was like there. And like you'd see flashes of it. It just wasn't quite as consistent in years past, but the guy was playing hurt. I mean, what do you think from what you've seen of him last season and what you've seen of him over the last couple of years?
I think so many of Rodgers' problems from last year stem from losing trust, it felt like, in things around him. And maybe that's making too much of an excuse for his bad moments last year, but he had the thumb injury. A really good point about hesitancy to use his legs. I mean, that was the lowest rushing total he's ever had in a season where he was the full-time starter. I mean, and yes, it has declined, right? Even 2020, 2021, the MVPs, he ran for over 100 yards both of those seasons. He was at 94 last year. I think the first downs is the key, right? 2020, he ran for 15 first downs. Last year, he only ran for 9. And you're right, Joe. It's probably somewhere in the middle where that's not a huge part of his game anymore, but it could still be an effective part of his game. But you just have to wonder, when you lose lack of trust, you really lose yourself and you start thinking a lot more than doing. And I think scrambling and picking up those first downs is more doing and playing loose than not overthinking. And there was some lack of faith, I think, in guys just catching the ball. There was lack of faith in sometimes the interior of the offensive line. There was lack of faith probably in the play calling, whether that's right or wrong. Because I think LaFleur, Green Bay's LaFleur, is a good offensive mind. But I also think Aaron Rodgers is a guy that, is like, this is what I want to do, and if we're not going to do it, I'm going to have some questions. And I think that's the whole thought of him and Hackett being reunited, because the trust factor there. So I think that's what it boils down to. Are you expecting Rodgers to be at peak form this year? If you are, you're searching and hoping for the wrong things. Are you thinking he'll be better than last year, and some of his shortcomings last year were a bit of an anomaly? I do side with that, and I think that in an offense that he's going to help construct with, in my opinion, better talent around him, I think you'll see him play a little bit more loose and comfortable. And